Welcome. In this screencast, we are going to discover the outputs of a Co-Ontology run in Robinviz. This is the central view. It contains central nodes corresponding to selected Go categories. You can zoom in and zoom out to see more in detail, more closely. When you double-click on a node, for example, this one, the protein subnetwork corresponding to this category will show up in a peripheral view here. And for example, if you want to get more information about this category, then we can right click on it and select the detailed information online. We will connect to Amiga browser to get more information. And when we right click on it and select the Go table, we can get more information about its contents, the proteins inside this category, and the categories these proteins belong to. For example, this protein in this category also belongs to metabolic process too. Now, let's explore the peripheral view. I right-click on an empty space in the peripheral view, and we see the menu here. Opening a window opens this peripheral view PPI subnetwork in a bigger window, and we can clear it. We can display Go table that I showed you a few seconds ago, and we can switch to other layouts. We can save this image, save this view as an image and as GML file, text file, and we can print it. Let's open it in a new window. These are the proteins or genes, and these are the numberings for these proteins of bigrid annotation, and we can move the nodes. These black edges correspond to the interactions, and they have a confidence value, reliability value, but the gray edges correspond to interactions with no confidence values. And if I right click on a protein, we can get more information online by connecting to the bigrid browser. We can see its synonyms, category information, other names in other databases, and its interactions, interactors, and etc. If I right click on it and display neighbors in the whole PPI and one hop neighborhood, I can see the interacting proteins in the whole PPI, not just in this category, but in the whole PPI network. And also I can select two hop neighborhoods to see a larger graph with two-level interactions. And I can switch layout. For example, I can select spring embedder and circular tracks and see them change their shapes. Thick edges mean high reliability interactions, and the thin edges mean low reliability interactions. And the colors of these nodes correspond to high-level categories. These are defined in the execution wizard. For example, this node belongs to binding and structural molecular activity among the high-level categories. And as you can see, in the whole PPI, in the whole sub-PPI network, we have two colors. And as you might see here, this category node also has a pie chart, and it has also two colors, representing the colors in the sub-PPI network. Here we have a protein listing where we can quickly locate the proteins we are looking for. We can search by typing its name. For example, this one. As you can see, we have a legend here and a view menu to see what the colors mean. For example, structural molecular activity corresponds to this color, and binding corresponds to this other color. I close this window, and if you are to look at the search panel here, we can see the category listing, and some of the categories are striken. For example, biological adhesion. This means that this category does not have any proteins inside, so we have a strike on it. For the other categories, we can select them and display their contents. For example, I double click on it, and the contents of this category is displayed on this peripheral view. And moreover, I can search for a category, for example, electron carrier activity, and press enter, and I can quickly locate it. Moreover, we can list the proteins inside all of these categories, and we can locate, for example, write a protein here, press enter, and see in which categories this protein is located in. I double click on this category and it is shown up here. Now let's explore the menus. In the file menu, we have execute option to start the execution wizard, and load session to load the previously saved sessions, save session to save current outputs to a file for further use, and we can display the last session of the run we had lately, and we can update the local data by the data manager. And here, for example, if you click on the download all the databases, you can download all the sources required for an execution. And if you would like to download individual sources, you can click on the corresponding download button. If you want to, for some reason, remove a source, you can click on the delete button corresponding to that source. And close this wizard, the data manager, and we can exit here, and we can display the color legend here too, and we can go to the defined by clusters or categories by numbering. For example, it says go to by cluster or category 0, and it just selects the number 0 category or by cluster. This is more useful in the by clustering part in the co-expression mode. And refreshes all the views, and clear views clears all the peripheral and the main view. And we can switch to full screen mode. We can display or undisplay search panel, and we can display the manual here from the Robinviz wiki, and we can display about dialog here.